Dr. Walter Brown has written and spoken extensively on the subject of our origins. He is addressing the public tomorrow at Marshall High School with a seminar entitled In the Beginning, a look at Genesis and science. Dr. Brown has been kind enough to stop by KDLH-TV today for First Edition. Dr. Brown, thank you for joining us.
Nice to be with you, Debbie.
Tell us first a little bit about your involvement with the Center for Scientific Creation and what the center is all about.
We're studying and researching the scientific evidences that tell us about our beginnings. And the bottom line is that humans, living things, are too complex. Natural processes, evolution, cannot do it. I think the theory of evolution is untenable today based on what we know. When you move into the earth sciences, the bottom line there is this earth has experienced a cataclysmic worldwide flood of devastating proportions. The marks of it are all over the earth. I doubt if any of your listeners can imagine just how devastating that flood was. But there are many questions that they had that I had. Where'd the waters come from?
Right.
Where'd they go? And Mount Everest goes up 29,000 feet. Do you mean to say that all that was covered by water? Well, we'll get into that probably tomorrow.
Okay. Your seminar tomorrow is going to focus on how life, the earth, and the universe began. We're stepping into somewhat controversial territory here.
Very.
What is some of the scientific evidence that you're talking about to prove that science and the writings in the Bible do mix?
Well, if you look at our bodies, we've got 10 trillion cells. Every cell has right in the center a little porous bag. It's called the nucleus. In the center of each nuclei of your body, you've got 23 pairs of chromosomes. You've got one set from your father, you've got one set from your mother. They're all curled up. If you could stretch them out, you would see that coded on there, coded, understand, coded is a fantastic amount of information. It would stretch out and be about 7 feet long if we could hook it together. There's the equivalent of about 4,000 books of information in every cell. Now, can that much information come about by natural processes, long periods of time? A bacteria probably has the equivalent of one volume of information. Information, as far as we know, based on information theory, thermodynamics, only comes about by intelligence. Natural processes destroys information. So we see too much information in living systems.
Let's pick a story then from the Bible. Okay, Noah and the ark. You were talking about the floods. Is it possible then that there is evidence that with a world covered by water like that, there was a ship that had all the animals aboard and so forth?
That's right. Just about a month ago, I was over on Mount Ararat. We think we know where the ark is. We had a Soviet helicopter and a Soviet crew flying us over Ararat, and we're studying one particular area that we're very intrigued. We think the ark's there. There have been some 20 claimed sightings of the ark. I think about 10 of them are very credible. I had a discussion a number of years ago with the director of the CIA, Mr. Bill Colby, and he became very interested in this, and a study was done by the CIA staff, and the conclusion that was reached by the man that conducted it, at least he said that he thinks the ark is there. There's no proof of it. We don't know exactly where it is for sure.
But you're looking.
But we think it's there, yeah.
Okay. Now, why spread the word about such a thing as this? Why to change people's opinions, to sway our views, or simply to present another side?
Well,
what's the point of the seminar?
There are a number of reasons. Scientifically, let's present all the scientific evidence. It's not being presented. I don't want religious ideas taught in the public schools. I don't want religious doctrines. But let's teach all the scientific evidence. If any theory of origin is taught, and I don't mind evolution being taught in schools, by all means bring out the evidence that's opposing it.
Sure.
Unfortunately, most teachers, most professors don't even know what the evidence is opposing it.
Okay.
And so that's one major reason why this information.
And pretty much tomorrow then, during the 8-hour seminar, you'll be focusing on answering questions and bringing up the...
There are many questions people have. There are many biblical questions, and we'll get into that. Although what we're claiming is there is overwhelming scientific evidence that is being suppressed that supports a literal creation, a global flood.
Okay. And on your screen right there, you can see tomorrow, In the Beginning, from 9 a.m. to 4:50 p.m. at Marshall High School. Stop by. You can learn more about this, and believe or not believe, it's up to you, of course. We all, but it sounds fascinating. It does.
It is a fascinating subject. Children, typically 13 and older, can follow it all.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Debbie.
And again, the public is welcome to the seminar tomorrow at Marshall School. We'll be back with more First Edition right after this.
It's not even my birthday.
You make every day a party.
Sure looks like a party.
I love your new party frosting.
Fun, huh?
talker, Betty Crocker, you sweet talker.
Your ship has come in, and it's called the KDLH Northland Clipper. This powerful packet of savings has over 50 coupons good at 120 locations. So set your sails for super prices on services and delicious dining discounts. Kent's Cozy Corner has a 3-piece chicken basket with french fries and coleslaw for $1.99. Here's a great retreat for families and couples at Superior Shores Lodge. Have a free dinner with a one-night lodging. Save 20 cents on Joanna's Quick and Easy Deluxe Pizza Mix. The KDLH Northland Clipper. It's available at all ICO convenience stores and Kentucky Fried Chickens, plus all participating coupon merchants. Save 20 cents on this Old Country Foods hardtack crisp rye crackers in natural or seasoned. Perkins Family Restaurant offers any new saucy chicken dinner at half price when you buy one at the regular price. There are hundreds and hundreds of dollars in savings in store for you, and all for just $5 per coupon book. So watch for it, bring it home, keep it handy, and enjoy. The KDLH Northland Clipper Coupon Book.
Well, our expert in what's happening in local sporting activities, Jeff Pappas, is here today, and there's lots happening as usual on a Friday.
An exciting night. Going to be another big prep update show coming up at 10:30. More big games on tap across the area. Week 5 in a high school football season sees 10 unbeaten teams going into action. Here's today's KDLH Big 3. Rivals Moose Lake, Willow River, and Barnum meet tonight for a share of the Polar League lead. Unbeaten's Albrook and Cherry clash for the St. Louis County lead. Albrook, number 2 rated and 9-man in the state of Minnesota. Sea Range leader Virginia is at Two Harbors. The Blue Devils a big winner over Hibbing last week. Other big games in the area tonight include 2 3-1 Sea Range schools, Greenway and Hibbing, playing at Chisholm. Hibbing was dealt a double whammy this past week, losing to Virginia on the last play of the game and then being voted out of their conference over the weekend. Interesting to see how they react tonight. Superior Senior takes a 5-0 record at Public School Stadium tonight for a game with Duluth Central. Cook County at 3-0 in the Polar League meets Silver Bay with a share of the conference lead guaranteed if they win. Locally, Moorhead will meet Denfeld in the early PSS game starting at 5:30. East makes the road trip to meet Bemidji. Esco is playing Duluth Marshall at the moment. That game is scoreless. In the second quarter, last score we had, Marshall has lost 35 straight. Now it's time for us to choose our first teams of the week for the fall season. The idea being to select an entire body of student athletes for contributions made as a team to their schools and to their communities. Our first winners are the Superior Senior football team on the boys' side. A 5-0 record and a number 7 divisional ranking in Wisconsin says all that needs to be said. And in girls play, Proctor's volleyball team gets our nod for a big win last weekend at the Denfeld Invitational, where they swept the Lake Superior Conference, leading Hunters 2 straight games in the championship match. Denfeld is undefeated in conference play. They look like they're a pretty good team.
Has to be hard to pick the teams of the week, like when there are such talented athletes.
And that's right. There's a lot of good teams, a lot of sports that matter to people, and we're doing it through March, though, so the chances are real good that we're gonna pick out the good ones.
And again, you have prep update tonight at 10:35.
That's right, during late edition.
We'll look forward to that.
Okay.
And up next, we have a story about a 3-year-old boy who helps deliver a baby. We'll be right back.
KDLH-TV, along with the Arrowhead chapter of credit unions, invite you to a special magical night of the Ice Capades, Saturday, September 29th at 7:30 p.m. at the deck. And to show our support of your appreciation of the Ice Capades, KDLH-TV and the Arrowhead chapter of credit unions will be giving away these sharp, neon-colored hip packs to the first 1,200 children 16 and under with a full paid admission. So don't miss the fun. Hip pack night at the Ice Capades, sponsored by KDLH-TV and the Arrowhead chapter of credit unions, Saturday, September 29th, 7:30 p.m. at the deck.
We're inviting you to our grand opening at Clemson Lincoln Mercury. Now through Monday, we're having a ribbon cutting sale on every car, new or used. Extended hours all 4 days. Buy any car during the ribbon cutting sale and receive a Clemson Preferred Customer Card. Good for 4 years of free oil changes, plus other perks and discounts. Register to win a color TV from Clemson Lincoln Mercury at Clemson Auto Mall Duluth, a family tradition.
Remember the pancakes we had last Sunday?
How can I forget them? They're still here.
From today on, I'm making Bisquick pancakes. They're light, fluffy, and Bisquick doesn't have cholesterol. What do you think about that?
I think. I love you.
Bisquick makes today's pancakes.
Betty Crocker says, quote, only 100% Idaho russet potatoes plus a rich, creamy sauce equals a taste you'll love. Say scalloped potatoes from Betty Crocker and say something special.
Jack and Linda Mansfield gave birth to their 4th child this week. Not an unusual event in and of itself until you consider how and where the newborn came into the world. Chuck Weber reports.
First thought was, I knew she was coming. You know, that was definite. And I thought, now what am I going to do?
All's well in the Mansfield home these days. Young Jennifer, just 48 hours old, is doing great. But earlier in the week, 3-year-old Eric ended up being an unlikely hero and a key player when his little sister came into the world. It was Tuesday just before noon. Linda was here at the sink drying dishes. The baby wasn't due for at least another week, so she was rather surprised when she felt the baby drop. And it didn't take long for Linda to figure out that she was going to have the baby right here, right then.
And I said, we're going to have a baby now. Would you help me? He said, yeah, tomorrow, you know, because he didn't know that we were doing it now, you know. And I said, no, I mean right now we're going to have our baby. And could you go get me something? And I told him what to get and where it was. And he would go in and get each thing and bring it back. He did just great.
What was in the box?
Stuff.
But he did good. He didn't panic. He sat at my feet even and watched her be born. I was really proud of him.
And I got these were the baby.
All's well that ends well, but Linda has some advice for other expecting mothers.
I was prepared to have a home delivery in case they came early, you know.
Chuck Weber, Eyewitness News, Salina.
Yes.
Oh, isn't that great? What a nice little boy.
What a nice welcome. Welcome to the family.
Great biology lesson for a 3-year-old, too, I
No
guess.
kidding.
Darren Danielson joins us. Here's a quick look at some of the stories coming up at 6. We'll have more on the bomb threat that rocked downtown Duluth this morning.
Officials now say that the apparent bomb was no more than a pop can stuffed with some litter.
In just moments, officials at Duluth's Army National Guard base will meet with reporters to discuss a local unit which has been put on alert to help with Operation Desert Shield.
And we'll have a live report coming up on Evening Edition. And a new timber study shows the Northland's seemingly endless supply of aspen may actually be drying up.
That's it for First Edition. Thanks for joining us and enjoy your weekend.
Make sure you join us for Evening Edition in a half hour. See you then.
KDLH-TV Duluth.